Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to 3 and Outs, 8 Division 8 Days. Well, 3 and Outs, 8 Division 8 Days, 2025 edition, that is. Round number 2, guys. We are rolling into the NFC South. Thank you to everybody who just tuned in here on the NFC East version. That was a lot of fun for that episode. Well, we're rolling on now to the Dirty South. Getting ready to talk Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers, and Falcons. Oh boy, man, this one's gonna be fun. Last year, these teams were wild, man. You have the Buccaneers just, still being the cream of the crop in this team. Even though I feel like the grip is just loosening a little bit, they're still pretty solid, right? So, how is this team gonna be this year? How good will they be? I don't know. We're gonna find out, though. We'll be jumping on into them. Also, the Panthers. I mean, is this finally the time? I mean, something good happens, but the Panthers have been god-awful and so long now. I feel so bad for these guys, but hey, the young rookie, Bryce Young, is this his time? Is this finally it? Can those Panthers make something happen? Finally. I don't know. After last year, it was such a struggle for them at 5-12. The Falcons, though, 8-9 Falcons, man. This is a team that you kind of want to believe in, but it's kind of hard. Penix, he's the dude. He looks like he's the dude right now. He was the dude last year after the whole failed Kirk Cousins experiment. But overall, what are we looking like there? And then, of course, the Saints. Oh, boy. And then there were the Saints, the team that finished 5-12 under the Panthers last year. That's right, under the Panthers. This team finished on like a 4-game losing streak. They were just bad. Tyler Shough, the C of the guy. Spencer Rattler's still there. Remember QB1? Well, Alvin Kamara's still there. Poor guy's growing cobwebs along with Chris Olave. What's going to happen to these guys? Is this going to be a breakout year for the Saints? I don't know. But I do know that the NFC South is going to be something to watch, man, because just as the other teams are getting slightly better, they're still not looking that great. And the Buccaneers, how long will they stay up there? Is this a walk in the park? Is this going to be a walk in the park where they take a walk in the park and then walk to the playoffs and get destroyed? I don't know. But we got ourselves some fun to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready to rock and roll. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out, 8 Division 8 Days in East South right here on iSports Radio. Your direction for all. All right, y'all. Welcome a million times over. How's everyone doing again? We are right back at it here on 3 and Out, 8 Division 8 Days. And we're just going to keep it rolling. This is a fun series. We're getting it today, just rolling. And that's how we do it. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right on into our first team, and that is none other than a team that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, those New Orleans Saints. We'll get things going on with our boy, Mr. T. Fizzle, man, my boy Travis, great guy, the insider here, iSports Radio, Louisiana insider, covering all things down in the Bayou, man. Check him out. He's going to be talking about his Saints, and well, let's see. After that, we'll be rolling on over to Carolina. We'll be going north to Carolina to talk with Mr. Neil, of course, our Carolina sports insider here at iSports Radio. Then we'll go back down south to Florida, down to Tampa Bay to talk about them Buccaneers with our very own Buccaneers insider Corey Pulis, also our UFC insider as well, MMA insider. And then we'll head back up north just a smidge to roll on up to Georgia, Atlanta to be precise, to talk with our brand new insider, good dude, Mr. James, about those Falcons. So here we go, y'all. Again, without further ado, let's jump on in to our very first insider talking about them New Orleans Saints. After this break, you are listening to 3 and Out, 8 Division 8 Days, NFC South, right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
What's happening? It's your boy T5, Louisiana correspondent for IE Sports Radio. The season is upon us, baby. We back with your black and gold review. Last season, man, was not good at all. It was T-rash. And we cleaned some house. Dennis Allen, out of here. Derek Carr, out of here, retired. So we had to make some changes in the offseason. Enter Super Bowl champion Kellen Moore as the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And with it also a new defensive staff, new offensive staff, new special team staff, the whole shebang. Plus, there's a quarterback vacancy, which I'll get to in a minute. But as for free agency, first order of business, he brought in some key defensive free agents, most of all. Justin Reed, formerly of the Kansas City Chiefs, to shore up the secondary, along with Honey Badger. And Devon Gottschall of the Patriots to help stuff the run. Because, let's face it, we were trash against the run. So those are some good pickups. Then on to the draft, where it looks like Kellen Moore might have stuck the landing. We had 9 picks. Look, he might have stuck the landing with all of them. First, Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle from the Texas Longhorns. Not only was he Outland Award winner, but also Lombardi Award winner. Not only was he the best offensive lineman, but he was the best lineman in college football and team captain. So, thank you very much. I'll take that. Now for the controversial pick. Second pick, round pick 40, Tyler Shook, quarterback from Louisville. I get it. He's injured a couple of times. Nothing like torn ACLs and injury prone or anything like that. And he may be 25 going into the league. But he has the experience. And he can spin the ball. At first I was like, why do people keep trying to stick us with this quarterback? Who is this dude? I never heard of him before. Come to find out, they must have knew something. Those NFL insiders, those nerds must have knew something, because Kellen Moore sure picked him. And the more I watched his tape, the more I heard his story, his confidence, and watching him spin the ball, I was like, he may be the perfect quarterback for this offense. As for the rest of the draft, most of it defensive-minded, helped stop the run. Danny Stutzman, linebacker from Oklahoma, good coverage, good at stopping the run. Vernon Broughton, another Texas boy, good at stopping the run. D lineman, like he could play inside and outside, especially in this Staley defense. Jonas Sanker, safety, good at coverage, good at stopping the run. Quincy Riley, maybe a little smaller cornerback, good coverage, good at stopping the run. And then there's the sleeper pick at seven. Devin Neal, running back from Kansas. 1,000 yards every year he's played. No injuries. Small, like pinball type running back. He could be the sleeper. Keep an eye on him. So it looked like, Kellen Moore may have stuck the landing with all these picks. As for this year, I know that the league has us 32, like the worst team roster and all that stuff. But I think there's a chance that we could actually do some damage if the offensive line holds up, the defense buys in to our new defense, and Rattler or Shook pan out the way we hope they do. Because, let's face it, the NFC South ain't that great. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they've only won by default. And we may not have Marshawn Lattimore to be Mike Evans' daddy anymore, but we got a whole Kool-Aid. So have fun with that. The Panthers, Bryce Young, y'all didn't even really want Bryce Young. Y'all was ready to get rid of Bryce Young. So y'all have fun with that. And the Falcons, y'all came to New Orleans thinking y'all was going to take over, and that failed. And that was with a garbage team, injury-riddled team. What do you think we're going to do with a younger, more experienced team with better coaching? Yeah, have fun with that. So, good luck with the season, or not good luck with the season, and don't sleep on the Saints. Who dat?
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
What's up, everybody? It's Neil Curtis, the Carolina Sports Insider for IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Coming to you with a look at the Carolina Panthers prior to the start of 2025 season. But look, first, let's take a quick look back at the 2024 season where Carolina got off to a very poor start, going 0-2, and Bryce Young being benched in favor of Andy Dalton, who did give them a nice spark for one game against the Las Vegas Raiders, but then dropped 5 games in a row to start the season at 1-7. This saw a slight resurgence in the second half, where Carolina went 4-5, 3-1 in overtime games, and a 3-point loss to Kansas City and a 6-point loss to Philadelphia, which is pretty incredible considering both of those teams did end up in the Super Bowl. So to take them down to the wire showed a lot of improvement, especially by Bryce Young, who looked a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable running this offense. The defense, though, was incredibly bad throughout this season, giving up 20 points or more in each of their games, and really missed the presence of Derek Brown up front, especially in the run game. So going into the offseason, Dan Morgan, being about as transparent as you could probably be, said they were going to build the defense just like they did the offensive line the previous season, and went out and bought some really big bodies down low, Bobby Brown III and Tershawn Wharton, coming over to help out that defensive line, with Pat Jones II and Christian Roseboom coming in to help out the pass rush. Trayvon Morey rounded out the defensive acquisitions as a hard-hitting safety. And then Miles Sanders was swapped out for Rico Dowdle at running back, and Hunter Renfrow, wide receiver, was signed in the offseason. I would not be surprised to see him make that 53-man roster. They held on to J.J. Jansen, Andy Dalton, and then kept the offensive line together, re-signing Austin Corbett, Brady Christensen, and Cade Mays. Bringing back David Moore, Tommy Tremble, and Raheem Blackshear to support Bryce Young. And then the secondary got Nick Scott, Mike Jackson, of course J.C. Horn back with that really big contract. They did move on from Jadavian Clowney, Shaq Thompson, Dane Jackson, and Miles Sanders, as just mentioned, as well as Jordan Matthews. Jonathan Brooks will end up on the season-long IR. Nick Xavier Woods was lost to Tennessee in free agency. In the draft, Carolina Panthers came out making a dynamic statement on days 1 and 2. First drafting Tetairoa McMillan at number 8, surprising most people. And then went defense on the second and third round, drafting Nick Scorton and Princely Imanielon to bolster their pass rush. Day 3 was a little bit more typical and Panthers-esque, in my opinion, drafting Trevor Etienne, Latham Ransom, Cam Jackson, Mitchell Evans, and Jimmy Horn. But there could be some really good bright spots there going forward. Going into the season, feeling pretty good, thinking the offense should see some definite improvement if it does get started a little slow. Bryce Young and his wide receivers have been working a lot this offseason together, both with the team and away from the team. Dowdle and Hubbard should provide a good 1-2 punch. The tight ends will need to take a step up this year, and the offensive line, like every year, is going to have to stay healthy. Defense will definitely be improved. How could it not after last season? With Derek Brown returning, Wharton and Bobby Brown providing a strong interior, and then the likes of Wonnum, Jones, and Scorton and Imanielon providing a really good pass rush that I think will only get stronger as the season goes on. There are questions, though, in the secondary and at linebacker, so that's going to be a soft spot, I think, going forward. I expect Carolina to hit their first winning season since 2017, going 9-8 with wins against Jacksonville, Arizona, Atlanta at home, Miami, the Jets, New Orleans, both home and away. I think that's an easy one. And then hopefully getting a win against Tampa when they visit, and then Seattle as well. Losses against New England, Dallas, Buffalo, Green Bay, Atlanta away, San Francisco, the Rams, and at Tampa. As far as the rest of the division, it's tough to tell, but I think Tampa will come out on a slow start, but will be a tough team to play all season long. Atlanta is going to be a really up and down team. They got a lot of high impact, high ceiling players, but they're going to be really inconsistent. And New Orleans, though, I think will just be awful. They're going to be bottom of the barrel this year. Nothing to worry about there. We'll see. But I do think the Panthers will have it in the bag. That's it for me. Be sure to like and subscribe to IE Sports Radio on YouTube, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
Hi everybody, Corey Pools here, your Buccaneers Insider for IU Sports Radio. Just wanted to discuss a couple of things and go over some of the feelings here in Tampa Bay. So the first thing is that, how do we feel about last year? Well, last year was a pretty good year for Tampa Bay. Finished 10-7, probably should have been 12-5 to be honest with you, but we'll take it. We won the NFC South, I believe, for the fourth year in a row, so that's always a beautiful thing.
a lot of development from great young players that we have, Jalen McMillan, Bucky Irving, and then of course this offensive line, which was looking a little shaky after Tom Brady left, but then, has really rounded itself out, especially last year. So, those are some of the things that we're excited about from last year. And, obviously Baker Mayfield going to be going into his third year, looking absolutely phenomenal. I love our quarterback. Huge Baker Mayfield fan, was before he came to Tampa Bay, and still is. So, and we're going to get payback from it for Atlanta for last year. They knocked us around pretty good. They had the benefit of the referees on their side in both games as well. And, as a result, they won some pretty close football games against us that really could have saw our record be in a better position than what it was. And so, yeah, big loss to Washington, and that sucked as well. So, but we did beat Washington in the first week of the season, so it was a full circle moment for them. So congratulations to Washington. Free agency. So free agency, the big issue with free agency was Liam Cohen leaving after saying he was going to stay. Lost a lot of respect for him because of that. It wasn't the fact that he left. It was the fact that he left, after, like I said, after he said he was going to stay. And after developing so much chemistry with Baker Mayfield, he knows what Baker has been through, losing so many offensive coordinators in the past. And I understand that it's part of the business. But when you make a business decision like that, you also have to, kind of look at, the people that you're hurting. And in this case, especially after the season that we had last year, offensively peaking the way we did, and even without our two starting wide receivers, it was very frustrating to see him walk. So, wish him to the best. But aside from that, when we see him, we're going to get him. That's on general principle. So promoting Josh Broussard to offensive coordinator from quarterbacks coach was the move for Tampa Bay, trying to keep in-house as much as we already had from last season, and hopefully we continue to build upon that. Our team got better as a whole during the offseason when you look at the draft mainly, and we'll get into that in a second. But as a result, hopefully Josh is going to be able to utilize this team properly to show off all the things that it can do at a high level. So with that being said, the draft, as I just mentioned, was absolutely phenomenal. But as you guys know, Jason Light is an incredible GM. I think he's the best GM in all of football, and I think it starts because of his ability to draft and his ability to retain, core pieces of a puzzle that continue to keep that cog turning in the machine that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as a result, Emeka Egbuka was the first-round draft pick, absolute stud out of, the Ohio State University. I hate the Ohio State University. However, I will not ignore talent, and Emeka Egbuka is the one constant over that team over the last, I believe, 3-4 years. And he is also the record holder for that wide receiving core that saw him play with Garrett Wilson and Junior, Marvin Harrison Jr., just some absolute studs. So, very excited about him joining this team. Benjamin Morrison, Jacob Parrish, David Walker, all studs. Shiloh Sanders as well, all studs. All are going to contribute to this team, and I believe make this team not only make it, but see some playing time early and often, because Jason Light likes to play his guys. He doesn't like to keep his guys on the bench. So moving on to the fourth topic, which is the feeling about next season. Pretty good. Believe in this team. Have a lot of faith in this team. I just gave you a bunch of reasons why, but if I had to put my finger on some things, I think that this defense gets instantly better with the addition of Benjamin Morrison, Jacob Parrish. I think that either one of those guys are going to be capable of starting. I think Shiloh Sanders helps shore up that safety position, and we get some help on the edge and on the line with David Walker. Emeka Egbuka is going to be plug and play. He's going to be great. I already see it, coming. So super excited. Hope we're going to win it again. 5 years in a row, hopefully, is what we're going to be looking at the NFC South champs with the playoff berth. As far as talking about the other teams, we don't talk about Carolina because Carolina has no reason to be talked about. Let me know when they're a threat. The Falcons are the threat. They're the new Saints. Don't like them right now. Don't like them. Yeah, don't like them. Hope they lose every single game this year. Speaking of losing every single game this year, a team that might do that is the Saints. They're currently one of the worst teams in the league, and when they are the worst team, I am happy. That's it for me, guys. Go Bucks.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey, what's going on, Falcons fans and other football watchers? This is James. I'm coming in live, giving my thoughts on the Falcons about last year, this year, and beyond. All right, so let's start with last season. What could have been. If only Kirk wasn't being a butthole and just sat out when he was hurt, we probably would have been a playoff team, but I'm not going to dwell on that too much longer. I mean, first off, this season, I'm feeling good. Woo, free agency, we filled holes that needed to be filled. We got guys, some unproven. I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of the name Divine Diablo. Man, you got to live up to that name. That is a special name. I hope he does good in the linebacking core. You know, hopefully we get Troy Anderson back, but and he stays healthy. But Divine Diablo, I think that's going to be the most impactful guy for our defense. I mean, and then the draft. Oh my God, we absolutely bodied the draft. Terry Fontenot, Terry F. Baby. I mean, homie did his thing, and folks making way too much about trading back into the first round to get James Pierce. I mean, we needed pass rush, and quite frankly, the Falcons got what they perceived as the best pass rusher on the board, and they got him for what, next year's first round pick. I don't care about next year's first round pick. We ain't been to the playoffs in 8 years. Load up, get who we need to get. Falcons did that. Terry Fontenot did that. And on top of that, he got insane value in this draft. I mean, we already know about Walker and Pierce. I mean, but Xavier Watts in the third round? Are you bleeping kidding me? Oh my God. I mean, that was insane. Dude was probably the best defensive back in college football last year. I like the Billy Bowman pick. I mean, stud, solid. I mean, I saw homie at practice, man. Homie built too. I mean, one thing about Terry Fontenot, he went out and he got guys that are sturdy. I mean, dudes is built like brick walls. But anyway, on to the upcoming season. Hey, I'm feeling good. And I mean, I took my cripple behind out to practice, knowing damn well I shouldn't be walking up no damn hill. But I did it anyway because I needed to see these guys in person. I've been to bed the last couple of days, but it was well worth it. I mean, I believe Penix, oh my God, whatever we got to do, protect that left arm. If Caleb McGarity gives up one blindside sack, I will find a way to drop kick his kneecaps off. But other than that, hey, I think we solid. We got the best running back room in the league. I mean, London's coming on. hopefully Mooney, and whatever it is with the shoulder, hopefully he's ready for the season. You know, love Mooney, big time receiver. And then I like some of the young guys that we got in the receiving core too. Ray, as long as he, holds on to the ball, I think we good. He had a fumble in practice, but, that's okay. I know that's what the team's been emphasizing. I'm loving that too. Got to get after the ball, got to make turnovers. So I'm feeling pretty good about this season. I think defense, the young guys are going to come to play. The D-line is nasty. Linebackers are fast and flowy. And I think we'll have one of the best secondaries in the league. I think we're solid all around. Obviously AJ and Mike Hughes at the corners. I'm looking for a big year from Clark Phillips too, man. He was one of those draft picks I absolutely loved. And, hopefully, we have depth in our secondary. And then I can't end this without saying bleep the Aints. Don't care about the Pussycats. And, let's bomb Tampa Bay. Deuces.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, can we get another applause, man? I'm telling you, I fixed the applause button. Don't get crazy, man. James is popping back in. Great stuff, man. Great people. And again, ladies and gentlemen, IE Sports Radio, that's just what we do, man. Appreciate you guys so much again for making this thing what it is. This was awesome. And these guys did an amazing job today. So big hats off to everybody. And awesome stuff today. So NFC South, man. How are we looking at the NFC South today? Okay, so really quick, it's got to say, appreciate you all again for tuning in. Got a lot of people jumping in here today, man. You guys are amazing. And I just got to show some more love, man. Got some, Josh Ritter up in the chat, man. All right, so there you have it, everybody on the NFC South. Okay, so let's just take a look at a couple of things, all right? Obviously, again, Buccaneers, I wouldn't say dominated. I mean, they're 10-7. They went on a 2-game winning streak on the end of the year. Cool. You just heard James talking about he said Kirk Cousins being a butthole and not sitting out when he was hurt. Look, they found their dude. I think Penix is the guy moving forward. Let's just see what happens now. I think the Falcons could be very scary. One of the best drafts this year. They look really, really, really good. The Panthers started to get some footing, and it's hilarious because the Panthers got footing for one game and one game only, and lo and behold, it would be the damn Raiders, right? My stupid team that just can't get right. I always say it every single year. These fools are, remember the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, can't get right. That's the Raiders. They just can't get right. So, of course, the game that Bryce would break out, it would be the Raiders, right? I mean, come on now. Who are we kidding? But, the Saints, again, just terrible. But Carr's, he retired. Okay, so let's look at this year. Tyler Shaw. Let's see. What's this cat going to deliver? 25-year what's he going to deliver this year? Kamara, I said Olave. Look, man, there's a lot of pieces here, but it's hard, man. Cameron Jordan's getting tired over there. I mean, it's crazy. Chase Young, obviously, beast. Demario Davis, beast. I mean, you got some solid players here. You really do. Gottschalk there on that line. I mean, Kellen Sanders, remember him doing damn backflips and everything and for the draft. But I just gotta tell you, man, this has been it's just been a crazy couple of years in the NFC South. And the Buccaneers have been the daddies. Let's just be real. But looking at the NFC South, I mean, look, guys, if you want to look a good, strong picture of this, Tampa Bay, they're the favorites. They're gonna be the favorites. Okay, that's just what it is. The other teams, Atlanta is creeping. But I don't know. Again, and just like the Eagles in the NFC East, Tampa Bay is going to be that team in the South. They're the stronger of the four right now, and they're going to be that favorite. They got a lot of returners: Baker Mayfield, Evans, Bucky Irving. I mean, they got some good stuff. Abuka, Morrison there, Reddick. They got some players. Okay, they've got some players. They're a solid little unit. And I don't know. It's hard for me. It really is hard for me to look away from this team. But okay, let's go ahead and talk about let's talk about yeah, it's good old Taryn. Yeah, no, he did. He did. But what I'm saying is it would be good old, the time where the Panthers breakout would be against the Raiders. I mean, right? I mean, it's as fate would have it. But again, what I'm saying is this team, look, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, they look good. They look real good. They're a team that I feel, Vita Vea is still balling, still doing his thing. It's just, I don't know. It's a strong defense. I like what they got going on there. There's Levante David still there, Hassan Riddick still there. So we have a really solid foundation, right? Especially in that 34 defense for the Buccaneers. And then on offense, they got a lot of talent, man. I mean, look, I wouldn't consider this team a world beater team. Wirfs being out, ouch. Godwin being out, ouch. But still, I just feel like these guys are so next man up mentality, man. And I just really, really, really do believe that I don't know. I really personally believe that, again, this team is going to be the team until somebody climbs that mountain. Let's just call it what it is. They're good. They're very, very good. So, again, I have this team being a ceiling. I don't know. Maybe a game better, 11-6, maybe. Maybe a floor like 9-8. I still see the Buccaneers somewhere near the top and playing well. Next up, it's kind of sad because I don't really have things going too different from last year, except for the Falcons maybe winning a game or two more, and the Falcons winning a game or two more as well, and maybe flip flopping. Where the Buccaneers lack, the Falcons will make up. Where the Falcons lack, the Buccaneers. Well, it's just going to be back and forth, in my opinion. I do feel that the Falcons could probably end up somewhere between 9-8 and 11-6, just like I think the Buccaneers will be. So that's really just a coin flip, And the same thing I think in the bottom here. Look, I'm not gonna diss Bryce, all right. But Taryn and I, man, you've seen Taryn right here talking in here. I really do feel that look, I'm a big Bryce fan. Taryn and I have both been Bryce fans here for a good minute on 3 and Out, man. Like I said, we cover everything. Modern day football. These guys were amazing. That 2017 season champions, their first one. They did an amazing job. But when it comes down to it, you guys, I love them to death. I really do, but it's hard. It's hard. The NFL is not easy, right? No professional sport is. And right now, I love it. Chuba Hubbard, I like what they got there. Thielen, hey, there's some players, right? There are some players. Still got, Andy Dalton back there backing up young. Tedero McMillan was a huge pickup. I like them. The offensive line's a little scary for me. But overall, I don't know. As an offensive unit, they're okay. Defensively, they got to make up some ground. They can play. All right, Mowering was a good pickup. Maybe he'll play there because he sure as hell didn't play that good for the Raiders. But what I'm saying is look, this has been a really good season. I'm sorry, last year was a really good season to evaluate this defense, and I don't think they did. I don't know. I think they could have done a little bit better, bringing in some more. They're a good unit. Not gonna hate, and you could disagree with me all you'd like to, but I just don't like that defense that much. I fail to see it being much better than last year. I'm just gonna be real. So if they're good, they're good, but I just don't see the Panthers being a solid football team, when they're going to be getting points scored on them. And then again, for the Saints, look, like I said, they got their guy. They got a guy they think they've got the job now, and Tyler Shaw there. And like I said, Spencer Rattler's still there. You got some beasts on offense, man. Olave, Shaheed, Cooks. They got some dudes there. But I don't know. I just offensive line is okay. They're okay, like a B maybe. They're above average, maybe-ish. The defensive line is nasty. I like what they got going there, and they got some pieces. So forgive me for saying this, but I don't know. I just don't. It's gonna be good and bad days. It's the same exact thing I said for the top of the division with the Panthers. Sorry, with the Falcons, the Buccaneers flipping back and forth. I think this will be the same exact thing with the Saints and the Panthers. And honestly, right now, because I don't care for the defense that much, I'm really gonna say, this is sad because I do like the Panthers, but I gotta go with, I gotta go Panthers fourth, then the Saints, then of course the winner, whoever wins it. I think the better team is going to win it. The Falcons have lots of promise, but again, until the Buccaneers, until they can knock them off. So I'm going to say the Buccaneers will win like one more game more than the Falcons. They'll both make the playoffs. They should, but the Falcons can totally beat them. In my opinion, the Falcons, those two games are going to be so much fun, and that's what it's going to come down to. Because I don't see the Saints or the Panthers doing much, and I feel really bad for that, but it's just how it goes. So there you have it. That's kind of the deal at the moment, man. And yeah, Terrence says here, I hate to say it, I don't want to say this, but the Saints might be one of the bottom dwellers this season. I don't want them to be, but yeah, it's the truth, man. It sucks. Doesn't it suck? I mean, and Terrence here, 100% agree with that. And thank you, man. Terrence actually put his he likes to put his predictions in here. But yeah, exactly. Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. I'm going to flip it and say Saints, Panthers at the bottom. But overall, who knows? That's just kind of what this division is. It used to be like a wide open division. Now it's not really a wide open division, but what more can you say? All the teams did what they could during the offseason. The Saints being in cap hell, I don't know. But once again, this is all just talk, right? We're going to see what each team does, how they do it, and when they do it. So let's do it, you guys. Let's go ahead and roll on, man. I can't believe we are through another show. Yeah. Man, I can't believe it. Actually, I can. Yeah, I can, because, I have 6 more to go now, but yeah, there you go. Josh Ritter, Falcons taking the division. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. No, I agree. It could be one of the two. I'm gonna still go Buccaneers, but we don't know. We have no idea what's gonna happen. What I do know is we're gonna be some fun. There's gonna be fun in the NFC South this year, because what if we see some major upsets? We will find out. But overall, I just gotta say, I mean, so many things to see, right? The Falcons, I mean, they just I don't know. It's crazy. It's super crazy to see. The Falcons have so much potential, but will they dethrone the Buccaneers? This time fully dethrone the Buccaneers. I know last year, hey, they played all right, didn't they? The Falcons, there were some times. There were some good times for the Falcons last year. All right. First things first, they swept, didn't they sweep the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year? I think they actually swept them. So that's the first time they swept them in like 6, 7, 8 years. Actually, since 2016, sorry. But Penix is now the guy. I mean, let's see what happens, You look forward, I mean, McMillan was a great pickup again for the Panthers. How much of a difference is he going to make? Jalen Coker, how much is he going to do this year? Last year, they leaned on him a lot. Is he their guy? Now that Carr's completely out, again, Shaw is the dude for the Saints. In flux at QB, rebuilding, at least maybe they could contend. I don't know. But again, just some things to look out for, I like this a lot. So at least Fuanga, of course, for the Saints. Could he be that big pickup that they've been waiting for to make that offensive line a little bit better? Yaya going to the Bucks. I mean, this is elite pressure. I mean, again, there's so many question marks here in this division, but those are my quick and dirties there. The NFC South remains one of the most fun divisions in the NFL because you really don't know. Every year, teams rise and fall unpredictably. I mean, experts note that the division does lack quarterback depth, and I don't blame them for that. But again, is this going to be a very special year where we find a new star? But that also means that every breakout performance from Young, Penix, Coker, these are going to be very significant. So I don't know. Fantasy owners, you might want to look in this division because we might have some good games. So yeah, Falcons sweep the Bucks. There you go. Dirty Birds need to ride with Penix, and McMillan is a beast receiver. He is what Bryce needs. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a fun division. All right, you guys, get ready to rock and roll, man, because we're heading now up north to the freezing cold, the coldest division in the NFL, the NFC North coming up next. You are tuned in to 3 and 8 Division 8 Days. Let's keep it rolling.